What's up, everybody? Jordan here, and today I wanted to talk to you about a story of vengeance, a story of passion, a story of love, both current and long lost. A story of a monkey wearing sunglasses. What the? Assassin? What is. That's right, everybody. Today we are talking about Disney's, Marvel's, Hulu's original series, Marvel's Hit Monkey. The most recent animated venture to come to Hulu from Marvel, starring voice actors such as Olivia Munn, Jason Sudeikis, and George Takei. How is Hit Monkey? Or is it any good? Is it any bad? We're going to discover that today, folks, because I watched the whole series, and I'm going to say right now, it is really good. Really, really good. And just to give you a quick rundown of really what it's about, I got the trailer right here. And this tale begins not with a monkey, but with a man. A man named Bryce. Bryce is the world's greatest assassin who needs to go and is mysteriously hired to take down a political figure in Tokyo. Once he gets there, things go awry, and he ends up having to run away to a mountain, snowy mountain, where he meets a group of furry little fellas. Hold on, if I could even get to it. There we go. A group of furry little fellas. That's Monkey right there. He gets there, and the group of monkeys take him in. He's chilling with them. They're kind of learning to trust him, whereas Monkey doesn't. Monkey is very reluctant of Bryce from the beginning. He's very untrusting of Bryce from the beginning. And maybe it's for good reason, because due to very unfortunate circumstances, we end up with Bryce as a ghost and Monkey as an orphan. And they need to go on a quest to figure out just who it was that sent Bryce on this suicide mission, and just why Monkey's family had to die in the crossfire. And until they find out the answer, they are one by one gonna go through the ranks of the Yakuza, slowly killing them all until they find the one responsible. And then while they're at it, they're actually being chased by these two, which is Ito and Haruka, the two cop characters in this show. Ito is the veteran old cop who has a dirty old past of his own, whereas Haruka is new to this particular department, bright-eyed and ready for real justice, while Ito knows that no such thing really exists. And while they, basically it's about them, they realize that a monkey is out killing all of the Yakuza, and that's what the show is about, without spoiling anything or any major events. There's all these cool, different, fun characters. I can't seem to find her. Here we go. Like, you just got this woman over here. She's like a ghost lady. You got this silver samurai guy. They're just really cool, fun characters that you wouldn't expect from a show like this, but they just really add to the total experience of it. Because this show is just really, it's just a lot of good, crazy fun. You know, it's got a very simple premise. Think of Boondock Saints, but with a monkey. And you right there, you got the equation for success. The show is great in every aspect, I have to say. The animation is really good. The fight scenes, because I gotta say, the animation, although I do like it, you do get kind of like a archery kind of vibe from it, especially with Bryce. Bryce looks just like Archer. But besides Bryce in particular, I felt like a lot of the characters, like the show just had like an Adult Swim animation vibe to it, where it was just kind of its own thing, like a little choppy, a little blocky. You can kind of see it here. It's like that kind of choppy animation, but it doesn't take away from it in any way, because what they do with it is so cool, because they have a ton of really cool, colorful visuals. They have really good music to go with everything. The show just really has fun with it. The show just has fun the whole way through, and You kind of hear the premise and you would think that it's just kind of like a more like shallow experience with just some maybe one note characters, but it's a really well written. The music is great. The voice acting is great. The whole feeling of it being in like Tokyo or wherever. They have a lot of fun with the colors, the visuals, the fight scenes in particular are really, really good in this show. Like a little bit near the end of the trailer, they show some stuff of Monkey. Like, look, on this bridge scene, you see right there. Just kind of some of the fun visual things they do, the really intense fight scenes that caught me off guard. They were very anime-esque in the way that they did it. You know, it just felt like an anime, very anime inspired with a lot of the decisions they took. And I was surprised. You know, I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be stupid. I didn't think it would be deep. I didn't think I'd be sitting here crying because of a monkey wearing sunglasses, but yet here I am, 10 episodes later, and I wept. I wept from this show several times because Monkey is a really, really cool character. Monkey doesn't talk. All Monkey does is you can see it on his face. He shows everything through expression, his confusion of dealing with the human world. Because he really was just an above average intelligent monkey who was forced into this situation where he's like killing people left and right, and they show that like he's scared a lot of the time and he doesn't know what to do. And that's where Jason Sudeikis comes in, or Bryce, as kind of like his ghost companion who can give him the edge and help walk him through what it's like not only to be in the human world, but to be a human killer. Like a monkey, there'll be, without getting into it too much, there's scenes where, you know, like, while they're going through the ranks of the Yakuza, there's like one person who has like exotic animals in cages. And whereas Bryce is telling him, my one example is a rat, and that's not an exotic. But there's a different episode besides the exotic animal episode where they find a rat, and Bryce is like, just kill the rat. And Monkey doesn't because he's very empathetic towards animals, and he's conflicted. He thinks that humans are bad because humans came and like this horrible thing happened to him. And as the show goes on, he needs to he begins to understand just like the nuances and like the reality of just how similar humans and animals are, because we're all beasts at the end of the day. We're all savages. And it's a really cool way of showing this character that doesn't talk, who's just super conflicted. He's got a really good story and a really good character arc. I could say the same for Bryce for the most part. For the most part, Bryce is cool, played by Jason Sudeikis. He is definitely the comedic relief throughout this show. Sometimes to a fault. I understand that he's like the world's greatest assassin, but the dude doesn't take anything serious. The dude, I mean, but why would you? If you were a ghost, what would you take serious, I guess? But he definitely can crack jokes just almost nonstop. And at certain points, it did begin to feel like a bit much. There was one episode in particular where there was like a high intensity action scene happening. But because Jason Sudeikis Bryce, he has to translate while also contributing to a conversation, and he's just talking 100 words a minute. Oh, Monkey, we have to go. What do you mean you can't go because you're too caught up in the death of your family? That has nothing to do with this. We have to leave. Oh, I know that I'm the reason that all of this happened and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, y'all need to be moving or something. Like, but that's a very minor complaint. And I'm not going to lie, by the end of the show, his character arc also comes full circle. They do get into his backstory a bit later than Monkey's, and I think, I don't know, I think they did it well. And after you see his backstory, I kind of understand him a lot more as a character. And I would say that even though he can be annoying throughout it, he does slowly, like they give hints and they just more slowly build his development to where at the end you like both of them and they do seem like just like a cool buddy cop friends. They're just friends, by the end of it. And they introduce all of these cool other characters, the samurai, the ghost woman. Um, I don't want to say who this is, but they do try to tie this into, other Marvel properties. They kind of talk about like Kingpin. They bring up like Daredevil characters and things like that. Yeah, I don't think I can talk too much else without starting to spoil anything. So as far as the story goes, really good. The music, really good. The acting, voice acting is really solid. And for a show that I didn't think would have that, I thought it would be cool, but I didn't expect for it to be great. And I didn't expect for it to have depth and for it to really make me like think about like just other deeper things, like the show has like this cool message at the end about just like letting go and like getting past like trauma and stuff and like what it means to really like hold on to these grudges and what it can do to you as a person. It's got a really cool message at the end even, which just really made me respect it all the more for it. The last episode is just intense, huge, awesome action. It's amazing. Which also one of the reasons I'm so surprised is you might know Hulu for having other mature Marvel properties, other properties like this one, Modok. I don't know if anybody saw Modok, but this is the one that made me have no hope for Hitmonkey. Modok is a like a 8 to 10 hour robot chicken special that they pretend is a Marvel property. Because this show, you can see it right here. It has the robot chicken aesthetics to it, the claymation, which is cool. But Modok was a show that lacked everything that Hitmonkey really strives in. And it lacked in story. It lacked in character depth. The comedy was okay, but even then, like it got annoying after a while. It just Modok sucked, dude. Modok certainly felt more like Robot Chicken than it did Marvel. Whereas Hitmonkey, it's like, damn, dude, it's Marvel and it's just cool. Modok. I'm gonna spoil Modok real quick. If you haven't seen it, so don't listen real quick. Modok starts his story arc as a selfish butthole who doesn't care about his family. And once he comes full circle, it turns out that guess what? He's still a selfish butthole that doesn't care about his family. It's literally the twist of the fucking show. And they expect you to care about this piece of shit. Well, I don't. And I don't think you should either. Why care about him when you could put all that attention towards Hitmonkey? I could just go on. Just go on and on about how good it is, how much I liked it. But I'm going to end it by just saying, before I get into spoilers, definitely go check it out. It is well worth the watch. Every episode is good. And it has a few messages. It is a full package deal, dude. Like, fucking good show. All right, guys, now that we've talked non-spoiler, let's get into the spoilers. Because something that I brought up a little bit was, why is Bryce connected to Monkey? Who set Bryce up with this assassination that they knew would fail? And that part is actually a really cool aspect of the show. So there is the Ken, I don't think they show Ken on here. Yeah, so there's a guy named Ken who's running for prime minister of in like Japan or wherever it takes place, and he's the one that Bryce kills in the beginning, and it's a super big deal because he was very progressive and he was going to bring a lot of change because it's very obvious that the place that they live is there's a lot of corruption and the Yakuza runs things and the old prime minister was just kind of like sold out to the Yakuza. So with this new guy being killed, it just kind of keeps the corruption happening. And that's when George Takei, or this guy right here, Shinji. Shinji is Ken's second in command. He's the one who takes over once Ken passes away, and then him and his niece Olivia Munn, who is voiced by Olivia Munn, go and try to keep the hope in the election, and they continue running even though Ken has been passed away. And after a while, like, you really start to back them up and you want them to win, and they keep talking about hope and like how they're not going to be bullied into all of this stuff. And the big twist is that, and I know now that as soon as I say twist, you already know. Oh my God, Hishiki Shinji was the one behind it all along. And even that one, it's interesting because when they do the reveal, it's not that Shinji was this asshole the whole time who's just like, yes, it was me. Shinji's like desperate, and they really show like this cool thing where it's like you feel for the people. Shinji wasn't a bad guy, and he explains that like, I was desperate, we should have been winning, we were losing. This guy came up to me and just said he could turn things around. I had no idea what it would lead to, and that's always how those things go. He asked for help from the wrong people, and then like this whole crazy, the last two episodes are fucking insane. They're great, so much action. Like when they introduce Silver Samurai out of nowhere, they have this woman, I forget her name, but she's like a vengeful spirit god. It feels like Rick and Morty out of nowhere with how crazy it gets. And it's really cool. Another aspect that I thought was cool was so I said that they hint towards like different Marvel properties and stuff like Daredevil, and her in particular. This is Bullseye. This is Lady Bullseye. This show's depiction of that Daredevil villain, which I thought was cool. When they first said, because they kind of introduced her, they're like, we need somebody with like exact precision who can help out. And it's like, oh shit, is it going to be Bullseye? And then you see this woman and you're like, wait a minute, is it Bullseye? But then it is. And it's like, who cares that it's a girl? She's fucking badass, dude. She is a really good villain. And that's where this scene comes from, because her and Monkey end up getting into it, and she kicks Monkey's ass, bro. They have this whole cool bridge fight scene. I can't state enough how good the action in this fucking show is. It is so anime-esque in all of the fight scenes. It's wonderfully done. And the characters are so just anime-like. It is so good. And, so then with Monkey, like, his story comes full circle because he's killing the people, and then he thinks that the solution is to go and live with the animals. But then when he goes and a new monkey family lives in their little area, and he starts to get close to them. But like another enemy monkey tribe comes, and they start becoming more aggressive and violent, to the point that Monkey just kind of realizes like, I can't take sides between people and animals. Like, a killer is a killer, and I am a killer. I'm a killer of killers. And it's just badass. He finds his resolve. And then while he's going through that, that's when, oh my God, what's it? Bryce? You find out his backstory where he killed a family member and he's been on the run ever since. And he kind of had to give up his old identity and become this heartless killer. There's like emotion behind shit. There's reason and there's depth. And it's great. I just can't get over how much I liked it. I just watched the last episode a little bit and I was crying, bro, because it's fucking good. Now, will there be a season 2 of Hitmonkey? I hope so. They set it up where there could be a second season. The whole show, Bryce is trying to ascend because he thinks he's just going to die and go to heaven. And they do this really funny joke where he finally does ascend, but he goes to hell And then he just signs a deal with the devil to go and chill back on Earth with Monkey. And so then they just kind of continue their adventures and killing killers. And I'd love to see more of Hitmonkey. I'd love to see more of Hitmonkey in cartoon form. I'd love to see more of Hitmonkey in the MCU. I want to see all the Hitmonkey, dude. I want to see this motherfucker fighting Kane the Conqueror. I don't care about anybody else at this point. Alright, guys, so I don't want to talk too much. Like, the twist got me. I was not expecting it. I thought it was a great twist. I thought the show was great overall. I can honestly not do much other than say really good things about it. So go check out Hitmonkey. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later because I got a whole lot of nothing to talk about. And we gonna get it. Later, guys.